Hello there, this is Steve Bradshaw, aka the Brad Monk, coming to you live from my front room. And basically, we're going to look at the subject today of the human experience versus the spiritual experience. This is a topic that I find, what's the difference? What is it about the spirituality that I like and really helps my life? Well, what I can say is, when I'm in the human experience, it's like a battleground. And it's like that whoever you talk to, they want to share their point of view. They want to share their battles, their feelings, everything. But when you're in the spiritual, you tend to find they want to share in an experience, and they're not bothered then who is right or who is wrong. But it takes a little while to get this energy through. Now, it's not because I've got to be very careful, because there's obviously a reason why I attract that person to speak to. There's obviously a reason that they have a message for me of what I'm vibrating, what I'm putting out. So it's sort of like a dual purpose here. I love the experience of being able to feel, touch, sense, and be alive, but also it's hard not to attach when somebody is trying to control the situation. And that's what we all both do, because we want our result. We want what we want from the relationship. But that's not the way the spiritual work. Now, this is quite technical in the sense that you'll find that it takes a little while before the energies merge and you become the oneness with each other. And some people will fight that and not want it and not want to share in an experience. They just want what they want out of conversation. I had one today. This is a beautiful lady, beautiful soul, beautiful energy, but when she didn't feel in control, she tried to take back by coming up with stuff like, oh, next level, or you spending too much time with your head in your books, or just coming up with various things because she didn't feel in control. What she wasn't understanding was that when you learn to listen and really truly hear what the person is saying, then you understand where they're coming from. So I just try and stay in that beautiful unconditional love and not try and take any attachments to what the person is saying, because what they're saying and what they mean are totally different things. And this is what I find with the world of spiritual. When I'm in the connection, there's no fear, there's no doubt, there's no worry, there's no need, there's no want. It's just a beautiful world of peace and harmony. But I only get ignited into that when I'm channeling, when I'm helping somebody. So it's like when I'm helping somebody, I sometimes have to go through the pain and suffering or feel the energies of what they're going through before the wall's taken down, and then I can share in the experience. And so that's why a lot of empaths and a lot of psychics, they become hermits, because that emotional energy can also trigger your own emotional state and cause you a lot of worries and fears, and start to doubt yourself. And that's part of the spiritual, is that we look at the bigger picture. We look at why we act the way we do, what we're doing in life, why we've attracted certain situations. And so it's a whole different journey. And I think when you understand it's a journey, then you can understand the wisdom of the universe. And then you can understand enlightenment and ascension and all the different things that come together. Because suddenly you go from being a person and a mind and a brain to basically a energy that has no attachments. It's part of everything. So it has no attachments of whether it's good or bad, or whether it's going to do right or wrong or whatever, because it's not part of that equation. I mean, somebody said a very good question today. If you took your mind away, what are you left with? And I thought that was quite interesting. But she was pretty much saying that the energy is part of everything, and the energy is part of, it's only our thoughts and ideas that creates the world we have, which is very enlightening. But it was also trying to be a way to try and disregard, because I was in the channel. And so a lot of my philosophies and stuff was coming from the wisdom that I was getting. It wasn't always my thoughts and ideas, but I was able to channel through information. And that's the point I am at now. It doesn't mean I'm all seeing, all knowing, or anything like that. I still get caught up in the human form and what's going on. But the magic of being spiritual or being part of the oneness, you could see both sides. You have the tools and knowledge to understand that this problem could be an opportunity. You can, but it's only if you attach to the problem, or you feed it, or you're triggered. I mean, that's the real key to it all, is being triggered. Because once you go into that warrior mode, or that self-defense mode, or that fight and flight mode, you lose all sense of the wisdom and the understanding, because you're in that mode of attack only. And so you don't see why the person is attacking. What is it, the pain that they're giving out, that's causing you to trigger, that got you into this state? Because it's your own inner disbeliefs of certain things that are being triggered now. Your pain, or your suffering, or your traumas from past life, or what you don't want from the situation is being triggered. And so it's a whole different ball game. Can I stay in the enlightenment? Maybe not. Maybe not. But it is so addictive when you have this knowledge, because then life is a lot simpler. Things happen for a reason. Problems happen for a reason. And so then you're able to step outside the reality of life, the illusion, I should say. I call it the illusion because your thoughts are creating it and your vibration are creating it. And so when you bring the mind, body and soul together, all of a sudden you change the perception of what you see. You no longer see a person as an enemy. You just see them as a person that is giving you information, good or bad. And whatever they're going through is causing that situation. But also whatever you're vibrating attracted them to come and speak to you in this manner and talk to you in this manner. I'm not saying being spiritual is good all the time. But I love it when I'm in that sort of energy, because I've been ignited, I'm connected, and then all of a sudden there is no loneliness, there's no lost love, there's no fear that I cannot achieve anything in life. There's no limits. Why? Because I'm part of everything. And so in 2021, I want to help people to find this inner self, to find this connection, to find that the universe is giving us love and support rather than what we think. We spend so much time in the being frightened and feared, and which we don't get me wrong, the world isn't the most beautiful place, but a lot of it is because of what we're putting out, the vibration that we're creating, the conditioning that we've gone through, the download of information that we've got, that we're triggering, because some of it is just for us to experience and learn from, but some of us don't want to learn that. So this is why I came on today, to give you this information. So the human form is about experience, evolving, learning, and we need that to understand the bigger picture, to why things are happening. So that's a good thing. But when we close down our senses because of pain and suffering, and when we don't open ourselves up to let it go, we only hear one side of the story, and that's our own. Whereas the spiritual, we'll hear both sides of the story, and then we also get to look a bigger picture to where it came from, where it went to, why it was created. Because we're in that self-aware that we can understand with the tools and knowledge that we've learned on our journey. It's like if you learn to do something and it didn't work, then next time you'll have the benefit of knowing why it didn't work if you're spiritual. If you're not, you won't take any consideration of it. You'll just say, oh, it was somebody else's fault. It wasn't mine. I didn't do anything wrong. It just happened that way. It was meant to happen that way. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. I always used to say that to my lad. He hates that. He hates that. But it is true in some ways. But then there's the spiritual side where you just do it. And then you're guided how to do it. And then you get into the zone. And then once you're in that alignment with the universe, there is no fear to stop you from achieving, because you wouldn't be doing what it is without you achieving it. And that's the key to it all, really, is understanding this. We get to experience a lot in life that isn't part of our spiritual path, but it triggers us onto our spiritual path. And it's just as important as the stuff that is part of the journey, and we're riding the wave right to the end, because it all gives us experience and knowledge and helps us to feel and connect